Hi, Sachelle.
Hi Anna.
How are you doing?
I'm not too bad, and yourself?
I'm good. So you did the BA Education, Culture and Society in the department, and then now you've come back to do your PGCE in the same department. What made you decide to come back?
Well, I really enjoyed Goldsmiths and I enjoyed the atmosphere, I enjoyed the lecturers. So I just felt like there wasn't a better place than Goldsmiths to come and do my PGCE. The BA was very enriching, found out loads of knowledge about what it meant to be an educator.
Did you feel that the course sort of related to your life?
100%, especially when we was looking at the cultural elements of it. It was important to understand what it was like to be an ethnic minority in the education system. I feel like I have a lot more awareness of issues that are within the education system, and I feel like the course has given me all the tools that I need to do the PGCE. I feel like if I'd done a course that wasn't as broad, then I wouldn't have as much knowledge that I would necessarily need in order to be the best teacher and professional that I could be. For you, what makes the Goldsmiths Education Department different from other universities?
I think we have a unique focus on social justice and also on educating teachers to work with children in an urban environment. So things like decolonising the curriculum, anti-racist practice, all of that is really woven through what everybody really understands to be important in teacher education.
So one thing that I really do enjoy about Goldsmiths and the teaching is that a lot of the teachers are actually experienced teachers themselves. They've had a background of teaching.
I think that's actually quite unique in the department. In a lot of universities that do a teacher education, there's quite a divide between people who train teachers and people who do research on schools.
And once people graduate, where do they go from there? Do they often go off to be teachers, or what kind of different career paths and doors are opened once you study an education degree?
It's really interesting actually. When they start, about 3/4 of them want to be teachers. By the end of the Education, Culture and Society degree, about half of them decide that they want to be teachers, and the other half go on to do all this other stuff. And usually it's because either they've realised that what they thought was teaching is actually more like social work or psychotherapy, or because they've done placements and they've realised that there's so much you can do with an education degree. We try to find students placements which are as diverse as possible. So you might get to teach children in different kinds of schools, different kinds of ages. And also if you're interested in developing your skills around, for example, special educational needs or English as an additional language, we'll take that into account and try and find you a placement that kind of caters to that need as well. Do you remember when I interviewed you for the undergrad degree?
Of course, I could never forget that interview. You've just become one of my gatekeepers in my life. Throughout secondary school, I had gatekeepers, and I feel like that's been my most important thing about my educational journey. I've always had people that have believed in me, that have motivated me, that have pushed me, and you have definitely been one of them. And that's what I aspire to be, somebody, even if I can make a difference in one child's life, then I know that I've done my job right. So